What's up? We got Miracle Thrash, EKM, and any absent Jarl. What's up, boys? It is cold in this garage. I got the garage door open because my wife ordered pizza, and I told her I'd listen for the guy. Aloha. What you guys doing tonight? Bag or weights today? Yeah, I'm gonna do a little because I went heavy yesterday. I thrashed myself pretty good. I did squats and deadlifts in the same workout, so I'm gonna do a little physical therapy stuff today. 6 miles. Fuck that. I'm driving 6 miles is a good. That I get in the car for that. No, that's cool. You ran 6 miles. Just finished 8 eggs because I didn't know what to do for dinner. Uh, yeah, my wife wanted pizza, so we ordered pizza. They have lots of good pizzerias out here in Vegas, that's for sure. If you like Chicago or New York or pretty much any place you can think of, lots of nice Italian, like really good pizzas. And then they got your Pizza Huts and all that crap. If I was running, I do 10 miles. Actually, I was a really good distance runner. I could get a good pace going, and we did a couple marathons when I was in the service. I think the longest one I did was 26 miles. You look nice today, Amy. Thank you. I'm bloated though, man. I can't suck this gut in. Abel, what's up? Walking into the garage is my cardio. It was a terrible runner back then. Nowadays, it just got worse. I was never a good runner, but like long distance, you could pace yourself. I could do that. Yeah, the message is already held for review. What's up with that? Long shit. I took at least 26 inches. Yeah, I guess YouTube doesn't like it when people swear in the comments, and it just blocks them. And then I have to review them. I ain't losing any gains to cardio. Thanks, Amy. Are you cut or uncut? I'm not sure what that means. Random Robinson. Poop. No, I don't mind. You can say whatever you want. You're not gonna offend me. But for some reason, YouTube. I guess I got to go in the settings and look to see if I have some kind of scrutiny set up, which I don't believe I do. JT, what's going on? Am I cut or uncut? You talking about my dingy dong? Don't let anybody bring you down, Amy. I don't let too much get to me. I was on. You guys know who Jason Blaha is? I was on. Popped in on one of his streams today, and similar to me, he just talks to people. But they were. I don't know. It was. I don't think he has as much fun with them. Like it was very. You could tell like the comments were bothering him, and me, I'm just like, I just try to get a good laugh out of it. But it did get me thinking, like, is this all YouTube is? We get online and people are just rude to us. Just like it's like that. It's the modern equivalent of the guy that would set up the dunk tank. You sit above a tank of water and you insult them as they walk by, and then they pay $1 to throw a ball and try to get you in the water. I live in Vegas. Jason Blaha gets so mad at the comments he starts jittering in his chair. Believe in your dreams. Yeah, thank you, Emmy. So Jason's a USPA lifter like me, and he's a master's lifter, and that's how I met him. I don't know anything about his internet history, so when I started talking to him, I got a whole bunch of people that came out of the woodworks, and they were like, telling me that if I was friends with them, they're all going to come after me, and I'm like, why? That seems like a real waste of energy. Like, I'm just a loser that trains in his garage. Like, I mean, if that's what you want to do with your time. But you see, him and I are friends. He's into Warhammer too. Really good painter. The guy's got more juice than Tropicana. That's almost funny. You're getting there, Zyro. You're getting there. Your quips are getting a little more clever, but I'm gonna tell you, you got to keep working on it. That's like dad. You're in dad joke territory. But keep working on it. We believe in you. Well, that's what they were saying. Internet histories. I was like, I haven't been online that long. Like, I've only been making videos for like 3 or 4 years, and in those 3 or 4 years, I've only really recently start to get a little bit of traction. So I don't know half the people that they're talking about. Like, they were talking about some guy named Vegan Gains, and just a whole bunch of them. When I started watching the channels to see who these people were, and I think I touched on it yesterday. The one thing I noticed that they all have in common is they're all so super serious and angry. Like, good Lord, man, we're lifting weights. you're not you're not Mother Teresa. Trump 2025. Hell yeah. Uh, thank God too. You look buff, Nate. Thank you. Hans, what's up? Nita Star, how you doing? What sups do I take? Well, the only ones you guys care about are the ones that you can only get prescribed through a doctor or from Hector than the job site. Uh, so I take 200 currently I'm on 200 milligrams of test a week and 100 milligrams of DHB. How about full body 3 times a week? Yeah, you could do that. HVAC? That's not too far different from what I do. Trinidad, nice. You want blood pressure meds? No, no. I am really stuffed up. Um, Also, like we were talking about my voice, and I forgot like about what was it, about 6 months ago, Hans? I dropped that weight on my neck and I almost killed myself. And ever since then, it's changed the way I talk. I'm a little, I have like a deeper voice and it's gravelly. Do you box? Very poorly. And that's actually what I'll be training tonight. How many men have you missed this week? All of them, apparently. Rusty Shackelford. Just don't tell my wife, okay? When I took tests, my blood pressure climbed. Yeah, so that is a common side effect of testosterone is high blood pressure, and it will increase your red blood cell count. So about twice a year, I give blood. Well, as a matter of fact, I got a blood pressure monitor right here in front of me. That's one thing I keep an eye on every morning. I check my blood pressure to. The target is 120 over 70. I'm 50 years old, so I'm usually right around. I start getting worried when it gets up around like 130 over 80. But generally speaking, I have like a resting heart rate of like 71. I do a lot of cardio, and I get all my stuff through a clinic, so I actually go through doctors. So. Hey, pleasure. How are you? Beanish Danish. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I can't see your pretty faces. I got to get a better computer. It's hard to see you guys. You on gear. Yeah. Yeah, you can say that. What are you weighing, HVAC? I'm 220 right now. I just finished watching the Rocky trilogy. Man, if that doesn't get you psyched for some training, I don't know what will. Preston Michaels. What's up? Or Peyton Michaels, I'm sorry. See, I need glasses. Need a star. It's 2025. Got to keep the blood pumping. 130 over 70 isn't bad, especially if you ate or is just active. Yeah, normally when I look at paramedic pressure is for me, if I do like a really super heavy set of squats, like I was doing yesterday, like 600 pounds, I'll get a spike that's like, it'll be like 160 over 90 for a few minutes. Then I expect that to drop down to, I don't know, like normally my resting heart rate's like, yeah, 120 over 70, somewhere around there. You cutting? No, I don't, see, I don't cut, I don't bulk. I'm a power lifter. I just maintain a weight class. So if I look a certain way, it's incidental. But I mean, I've also tried to maintain the same weight class for 10 years, so it's pretty easy to stay pretty lean. Let's see, Jay, I guess your birthday is 22nd October 1983. Man, I wish. Prefer shaved or bush? Stu. That depends. No, man, I was born in 1974, brother. Nick Lambert, how can I find a desire to get steroids? Yeah, well, you can go through my clinic. If you go to Helix HRT, you can sign up to blood work going. They'll work you up. They'll do the whole 9 yards. They do probably with a doctor, and you'll get you lined up. Anything outside of that, if you want to add to that, you gotta find your own source. Bread. I thought the same thing. Zyro asked if he was doing bodybuilding. No, ego. My resting heart rate used to be 50. It scared the hell out of nurses. Started taking my vital signs. Yeah, my wife has low blood pressure. She's ooh, it's bad. It's like sometimes like 90 over 60. And they told me like if she drops below 60, you gotta go to the ER. And I'm like, that's her normal resting heart rate. What do my daily meals look like? Right now I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I don't eat most of the day. Usually after I train, I'll just start eating whatever I want. But normally we have I usually cook on Sundays. I'll fill the smoker up with a bunch of different meats, and then I'll eat that throughout the week. And usually I'll make like a bowl of rice and put some like whatever we cooked on it. I eat a ton of eggs. J, 1974. That's old as F. What was the best years of your life? Like, so I had a little bit of a drug and alcohol problem. I would say the best years of my life was age 40, believe it or not. That's when I really started to like get my shit together. I started doing really well financially, and we bought a house. Started having my daughter was born when I was 40. Just things were coming together, man. It was like I had a lot of fun when I was in my 20s and 30s, but it was just a blur. It was like this haze that just progressively got worse over time. Damn boy. Thanks, brother. Why are people so weird on these lives? Luke, I don't know. I was just talking to, I was saying earlier, I popped in on Jason Blaha's live stream, and he's got some people that are just downright vile to him. Like they're threatening to come find him and stuff, like threats of violence and people wanting to fight him. And I'm like, damn, like who are, Jesus. Like it ain't that serious, my guys. We're just lifting weights, right? Do you think if you stopped testing it would change you? Well, not really, HVAC. If you think about it, I was low testosterone when I went on at the age of 46, I want to say. And then, I've done a couple cycles since then, obviously. Like, you don't get this from just TRT. But if I cut everything out, I would probably go back just to the way I looked when I was 45, I had a really good physique as a natural lifter. I was a national record holding power lifter. And I had a pretty good physique for a natural, but symptoms of low T kind of go past that. The reason I got checked out in the first place is because I was suffering from really bad depression. I completely lost my libido. There was just some weird shit going on, and it was a buddy of mine that I worked out with at the gym that suggested, he's like, you probably should get your blood checked. I never would have. I wouldn't have done it on my own. And as it turns out, yeah, I was a low T, and he said that's not abnormal for a guy your age. And I said, even though I train, 3-4 times a week, he's like, yeah, it's just a genetic thing. So Well, okay. And I'll be honest with you, it's definitely increased the quality of my life across every metric. Magmin Sang. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nice shoulders, big repo. It's the lighting. Don't let the lighting fool you, boys. It's all smoke and mirrors. Yeah, weird but funny is good. Weird and vile is the worst. Yeah, his trolls, man. It's like once you cross that line from like being like genuinely malicious, that's kind of not fun. I don't know. Joshua Pontorello. No, I'm not natural. I got a comment here, help for review, and I'm checking it out. Stu Katz, you smell panties. It helps with depression. um, Jerry Morton. I bet women love you. Yeah, but I'm married, so I got to stay in my lane. You know what I mean? What else besides TRT? I'm on what's called DHB. How do I describe that? It's like an old man steroid. It's really good though. You get a lot of the same benefits that you would from like trenbolone, but without any of the horrific side effects. And it's actually there's a medical use for it, so you can get pharmaceutical grade whereas you can't with that stuff. Let's see, Jay. It's a very common thing for people to lose themselves in their late 20s. I'm glad you found your feet later in life. Yeah, man. I'm glad I didn't have kids when I was younger. Holy shit. Can you fart in a jar so I can breathe it doing cardio and get gains, Benny? Hey, man, show me the money. I'll figure something out. Well, Stu, I'm sure it does. When I was over in Japan, they literally sold women's underwear in vending machines, and I was like, "Damn, there must be some lonely men here." And then we looked at the demographics, and I guess it's like 5-to-1 women to men, and there's like dudes that are dating their pillows and shit. Like it gets really weird, but it does kind of explain anime. D-ball. I've done D-ball, but to me that's a little it's kind of organ toxic. See, it's not something like you. My goal is to be on the smallest efficacious amount of something that I can run long term, and while I'm still competing, make gains that won't be so hard on my system. And I get my blood work done like every 6 to 8 weeks, and we stayed pretty dialed in. I'm trying not to turn myself into a science project, but I did a couple of harsh cycles, and while I did get notably stronger the second I stopped taking that stuff, I lost like all of the acute gains that you would get, like stuff from like Anadrol. Hank, are you trying to lift again? I'll probably wait about 7 days. Are you Natty, the egg guy? Absolutely not. Mr. Nobody, the Hulk is back. Crushing. Yeah, I'm doing all right. What is your worst fear in life? Well, I'm afraid of getting old. And what I mean by that is like a lot of my peers, they have a hard time walking. They can't do the things they love anymore. They've let themselves go. I wouldn't say that it's a crippling fear, but it's definitely one that's like there because I'm 50 years old, so it's coming, whether I want it to or not. I'm going to get older. But I'm more afraid of something happening to like my kids or my wife. Those are my big fears. I'm good, like I could lose everything and I could go live in a hole and I'll make it. I'm a survivor, you know what I mean? What's the one thing in life you can't live without? Coffee. Damn right. Matter of fact, what I do with my coffee? Give me a second. I just made a fresh pot. fresh piping hot coffee. I made it just so I could work out. Hell yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Felt that dog. Gotta get some too. Don't forget to like the stream. Reto Access Moodium. I'm outside waiting for you. Well, get your ass up here and ring my doorbell, motherfucker. What's your bench PR? All time would be 425. Currently, it's probably around 410. David Bowles, gay. You wish, brother. Hey, I might not be gay, but $20 is $20, if you know what I mean. Show me the money is what I'm telling you. Let's see, Nathan Yother. Any advice for me? I'm 18 and about to get into construction. I have been doing commercial construction for the last 20 years of my life. What trade are you getting into? Jay, if you could pack up now and relocate somewhere in the world, where would you go? I'm in the UK and moved to Australia in a heartbeat. I've been to Australia. I really loved Perth. Me too. Let me think about Nathan. What would I do? Honestly, now I'm in construction safety, and outside of like accidents that are related to PPE or falling off a ladder or the other big 10 that tend to happen on job sites, the number one injury is sprains and strains, and that's usually because people aren't warmed up properly. So you can reduce incidents of sprain and strains by 75%, believe it or not. And they've actually done studies on this, by simply stretching before you go to work. But now, depending on what kind of work you're going to be doing, just, I don't know, if you're an iron worker, it's repetitive motion, it's head picking up heavy steel. If you're a rod buster, it's repetitive motion. You're doing the same thing over and over again in compromised body positions. If you're a carpenter, you could be working on your knees, you could be working above your head, you could be working in contorted positions. The biggest thing you could really work on is just general fitness and stretching. Keep your flexibility. Your ability to get into a seated squat position, ass to grass, without pain or discomfort will greatly improve your ability to work on a construction site. Jesus loves you so much. Thank you, Nora. I didn't need you to tell me that, but I do appreciate it. Rich Piana, what about him? Shocking your muscles is the worst. You're shocking them with like electrical? Stretch my company every morning. Yeah, it's funny, Robert. Like, we implemented a stretch and flex, and the guys are all like, what are we doing? What is this gay ass shit? And I'm like, boys, I'm telling you, work with me here. And like, it's going to lower our, when I told them it's going to lower our insurance premium by $3 million, they were like, oh, okay, we'll stretch. And it did. So I was able to go, pow, put that on the table. My boss said, I just saved you $3 million. But it really does reduce really preventable injuries, especially with older guys. Thought about carpentry or welding, but I heard welding is toxic for your lungs. And pretty much everything on construction sites is toxic. That's why you got to make sure you're wearing the proper gear. Zebedee, NJR, now when you heard him. I don't know the context of that comment. Do you play video games? What's my favorite? Yeah, so I haven't been playing as much as I used to. Halo fan across the board. Halo Infinite kind of, I'm still playing Halo 3. I've been playing Nier Automata, a lot of the older games. I was a big Destiny 2 player for the longest time. I was just online every night playing Destiny 2, and then one day I just stopped. I just got over it. And I recently went to log back on again, and I'm like, holy shit, there's like 20 seasons I got to catch up on. So I haven't been playing that. I like sci-fi shooters, pretty much. I've been playing a lot of Warhammer. Rich Piana signs for Morbid Angel now. I don't want to say I was friends with Rich, but I know him. Him and his 5%ers used to come to the nationals and the powerlifting competitions, and I got to know him pretty well. Really nice dude. He was a really cool guy. I can't speak for his cohorts. I think they were a bunch of assholes, but he was a cool dude. Would you suplex a person for ordering a well-done steak? I don't think I would do anything, but I'd be giving them the eye, like, what are you doing? Just get a hamburger, $3 million saved by stretching. Yeah, 100%, absolutely. You can go to the insurance companies, and if your premiums are really high, if you got a bad EMR rating, and if you give them a written plan as to how you plan over the next however long to lower that rating, they'll give you suggestions as to what you can implement, and then if you can get your company to do so, it just directly translates into savings. Nier was a badass game. Yeah, man. Halo 3 is my favorite. Dojangles. But we play 4 and 5, and we play all of them, really. I got the Master Chief Collection, and I got Halo Infinite. Warzone's cool. Yeah. Watch any football? I did watch the game tonight. I was intermittently. I caught the end there. I was like, eh. I'm just, you know what? I can't really get into football the way I used to, because when I used to be a rabid diehard Bears fan, and it's like Walter Payton and all those guys, like the 85, the Super Bowl shuffle, and you knew everybody who played on the team, and then, the last 4 or 5 years, I turn on a game and I don't know anybody. I don't even know who to root for, you know what I mean? Ever since Moneyball, there's no team loyalty anymore. Players go wherever they have to. A lot of them just get traded, it's just like, the second I saw, Brett Favre went and played for the Minnesota Vikings, it's like, the hell? That happened. Favorite Call of Duty game all time, will always build a special, is Black Ops 2 was good, yeah. I don't like the new stuff. The new stuff's all woke and fruity. I just can't get behind it. It's all these weirdo, lesbian girl bosses, and I don't know what they're doing to video games. A man deep, I came out of the womb with a 2-year-old relationship to Megan Fox. Let's see what we got for your deleted messages. You're not that tough. Are you talking to me? I never claimed to be. Halo 3 was... I'm really good at Halo 3, though. You want to go? Megan, you're no tougher than the rest of us. Source, do you need a hug or something? Tell me what's bothering you, brother. Like, what? Come, talk to me. Uncle Chuck's here for you. Like, what's bugging you? Show me on the doll where they touched you. You know what I mean? This might a personal question. I'm happy for you not to answer it, but I'm genuinely interested. Does your right testicle hang lower than the left? Jay, I couldn't tell you, but you know what's going to happen now? As soon as I get off stream, I'm probably going to go look and see. So thanks for that. What's the workout plan tonight? Well, I did heavy squats and deadlifts yesterday, so I'm going to be doing some physical therapy stuff and a little bit of Muay Thai practice. I just started taking Muay Thai. I'm pretty new to it, so I need to work on my footwork and some combinations. I got some homework to do. I'm playing Modern Warfare Gunfight right now. Nice. Call of Duty doesn't know what we want. Dude, they hate the fans. They hate you. They hate us. They're like, you're wrong. You got to get with the times. Your customers are wrong? Like, who did you make this game for? And then you wonder why nobody's buying your shit and you're all going out of business. Now, don't get me started on the gaming industry. It's just like, do you see the new Dragon Age? What the Dragon Age. Basketball skills. What's up? Source needs a hug. Yeah, he does. You're not tough. Okay. It's okay, buddy. You're in a safe space. It's okay. Did he do it? Yes, he changed the pH balance of my twerk. Give him a warm blanket and a heater and some s'mores. Yes, that's right, Nathan. A little bit of love. Let's also show Source some love. He's going through some stuff. Oh, give me a second. I think the pizza's here. All right. Sorry, the pizza man showed up. My wife's she's still crippled, so I had to get it for her. Let me see, where are we at here? About to be 50 myself, Matthew. I try enjoying I read that, but I didn't comment on it. That's cool. Do you do any kind of training? I try enjoying Call of Duty BO6. What's BO6? I'll tell you what, like the one thing I don't like about the Call of Duty series generally is the barrier to entry. If you're not that good, if you're new to it, you get online and it's like peeking around the corner, bam, you're dead. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Rio, Texas, Mudum, it's me. Well, welcome back, sir. Have you ever played Rainbow Six Siege? Hell yeah, Rainbow Six was a good one. Favorite gun in Halo? I gotta go with the pulse rifle. Let's see. Would it be funny if the pizza man came in and chilled on live? Bookworm Life, how is everybody? Kayette Goodwin, what's up? Would you rather be repeatedly kicked in the nuts by a 10-year-old for 40 years or play the new Call of Duty for 2 hours for the rest of your life? Is there a third option? How many times do I gotta get kicked in the nuts is the question. Let me make sure my wife doesn't need help. She just had hip surgery, so I might need to get a plate for her. thanks for your patience, guys. Sorry about that. She can't move very well, and you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. And he wears shorts. Do. Kenneth Fraze got 305 on my bench today, hoping for 315 by 55. Nice. No, that's good. That's outstanding. Anything over 3 plates. No, I mean, 300 is a lot. How much your body weight, if you don't mind me asking? For 55, that's an elite bench. Nathan Yoder. Thanks, brother. It was 69. Levi, Deadly Maniac McDaniel. I like the name. Any advice? My body destroyed from career in pro wrestling. Can barely walk and have had surgeries. Lost all muscles, down from 240 to 170. Well, first thing Levi, I'd be like, for someone like you, like, I would want to talk one-on-one and really give it like a comprehensive list of your injuries. So that way we could come up with formulate a plan. I mean, the plan is obviously we got to get you moving again, and that might look like Diamond Dallas Page's yoga system is really good. Pilates, yoga, stretching. I'm a big fan of DDP yoga, especially for people that are recovering from injuries. But we would want to like put together a plan. How are we going to get you from injured to ambulatory? You know what I mean? It's hard to just say there's, on a live stream, well, just start doing whatever, fill in the blank, because depending on the extent of your injuries, it could be a lot. Like I lost the use of my leg, and like I completely pinched off my sciatic nerve, and I had to learn to walk again in 2022, and that was right after almost a 600-pound squat. It took me a year to get back to being able to squat again, and now I'm well into the 600s. But I literally I had to learn to walk again. I was in traction for a short period of time, and my physical therapy routine was insane. I had me doing a whole bunch of different stuff. So, we want to tailor that to you specifically. There's no like one size fits all solution to something that serious. And that's an invitation for you to reach out to me on Instagram. Although we can start talking if you want. I think I could definitely help you. I mean, that's one thing. My channel is like, okay, I'm a power lifter, but 80% of what I do is physical therapy. I've had some pretty bad injuries myself. I had my knee rebuilt. I had 50 stitches in my back across my L5. I lost feeling in half of my body. I blew my shoulder out. It's like, and I'm full range of motion with no pain, pretty much. Except for like the pains of just getting older. The Who. Wrestling's brutal, man. We were looking at OSHA incidents, injuries by trade, and professional wrestling is more dangerous than like underwater arc welding and ironwork. Like, you think of the most hazardous construction job, and wrestling has more incidents of injuries and worse too. Any tips for building my shoulders up? I'm a big fan of just straight up a good old fashioned military press. Military press, bench press, and weighted dips. Levi was benching like 500 at an early age. That's a lot of weight. What do you usually work out on? Like my equipment? I'm a simple man. I got this power rack over here. You can see it on my tubs. I got put my Christmas decorations away. But I got a few barbells, and I got about 800 pounds of weight, and I just get after it. How's my favorite trans YouTuber? I'm doing okay, brother. Amazing story, boss, and now you're world-class powerlifting. Yeah, man. It blows me away, to be honest with you. Like, every time I look at the rankings and I'm like number 1 in the world for my age and weight, I'm like, wow. That tells me one of two things. I'm actually a decent lifter, which I'd like to believe I am, or guys my age are so beat up that there's nobody competing anymore. You were dropping like flies. Lived in Japan for 2 years and wrestled hard, got my ass destroyed, then worked small shows the past 15 years. Are you still after it? Are you still like trying to do that as a profession? I'm gonna check your channel out here. Dang, I'm gonna subscribe. Just so you got you got over 4,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Oh wow, you look like my kind of dude though. Holy crap. Yeah, that looks like it would hurt. Jeez. You boys ain't playing around. Well, I just subscribed to your channel, Levi. You guys should check this guy out. This guy's a maniac. Remind me not to make you angry. You think you're better odds or better at trench water than pro wrestling? You think your odds are better at trench water than pro wrestling? Yeah. Thanks, Patrick. I appreciate that. How long have you been trans? Oh, hard to say. I mean, I'll tell you what though, I was a pretty boy, man. When I was one of those baby faced kids, the real boy band looking ones. And I bet if I wanted to be a trans when I was younger, I bet I could have pulled it off. Are you wearing a thong? No, but they're not exactly pants either. It's the flat Earth guy. I don't know where you got that from. I was a Marine artillery. Like, we literally calculate for the rotation of the Earth when we do our fire solutions. It's funny, I tell flat earthers that, and they look at me like, no, you don't. I'm like, yeah, you can mathematically do the Coriolis effect. Like, when you flat earthers can actually take mathematical computations and produce me real world results, we can talk. But they can't do it because the math doesn't add up. And we have GPS satellites. That's how I know our shit works. Levi, deadly mechanic. I hope you do, man. I would be really interested to talk to you. You sound like you've had a hell of a life, and yeah, if there's any way I can help, I would love to. Ian, nice channel. We support you being yourself, and that all that matters. Well, Ian, I'm not gay, but like when people say stupid shit like this, dude, I usually lean into it. You know what I mean? Like, someone's like, "You're gay," and I'm like, "Yep." What do you say to that? Oh, you have chicken legs. Yeah, I don't know how I can't even walk. I don't know how I got in this garage. Your face looks like someone put out a forest fire with a screwdriver. Yeah, I look like 2 miles of bad road. What else you got? You can either get a defensive or you can have fun with it. I mean, my wife's watching the stream right now. She's one of the moderators. Hi, honey. I guess I'm gay and trans. You don't tell her. Been doing security jobs, trying to produce and promote wrestling events. You know what? I will say this though. Wait a minute. I gotta go back here real quick. Who's the guy that called me trans? Scrum Master. Can you be a little more clever? Like, I'm trying to have a good laugh here, and your comments are lame. Like, you're kind of almost in dad joke territory. I was kind of hoping maybe you would say something a little funnier so we could all have a good laugh. But yeah, are you like 12? Like, come on, work on that a little. That's all I'm asking. Like, if you're gonna say something rude, at least try to be funny. You're not giving me much to work with, is what I'm telling you. If you're not picking up what I'm putting down. Do you take any pre-workout to get pumped up? Indeed, I do. As a matter of fact, it is called Force Factor Volcano. And it doesn't have any stimulants in it. It's basically a bunch of vasodilators like L-citrulline and L-glycine. I don't know how to pronounce that. Vitamin B3, which is niacin. Vitamin B6. Basically just to make your veins stick out a little more. I find this stuff good to Good for energy. Good, get you going pretty nicely. Ian, like and sub. Love the flat Earth content. Well, I have a whole playlist dedicated just for you, buddy. 2-in-1 kickboxing. I'm actually doing Muay Thai, believe it or not. I just started about 2 weeks ago. That's why my clothes disappeared. That's why my wife said. Well, you know what, honey? When we were folding our clothes today, you actually asked if whose shorts these were, and I was like, "Are those mine or my daughter's?" Frank Walson, you should be able to barbell row as much as you can bench. How was your New Year? Good, and I can barbell row well over 400 pounds. Not well over, probably 425. So actually, I can barbell row a little bit more than I can bench because my bench is like 410. Yeah, they're pretty close. I'm curious, what was the stupidest punishment you ever had to face? The stupidest. Well, so when I turned 21, we were in Hong Kong, and my staff sergeant at the time, he's Gunnery Sergeant Tolles, at the time his staff sergeant, said that we could stay out because you're supposed to report back to the boat every night. There's no overnight liberty. He gave us permission to stay out for my 21st birthday. And then the buddy I was going out with ran into the first sergeant. The first sergeant said, "Hell no, everyone's back on the boat, no exceptions." So Lance Brown was his name. He came to me and said, "Hey, first sergeant said that we can't stay out." I was really bummed out. He goes, "But I can pretend that I never told you." Okay, so we stayed out. Of course, we went AWOL. When we got back to the boat, he did try to use the excuse that he didn't tell me and I didn't know. They didn't care. So they put us on a 2 weeks lockdown on the boat. So when we got to our next Liberty port, I was stuck cleaning those gripes that hold the vehicles down. They're covered with grease. It was my job to clean those with solvent while everybody else got to go on Liberty. So that was a pretty good one. Fire Ant Face Extreme. Oh, those are my heat lamps. I guess I could turn the light on. What do you guys like better? Does that look better? Or do you like the soft glow of Satan? Where are you from? I'm from Chicago. I live in Las Vegas. I butt chugged some C4 and threw my 4 to people. I have a thing of C4 in my closet, and I think it's been there for like 5 years. Nathan Yoder, ain't no way what? Long pig does indeed mean random dead guy. Long pig does indeed mean random dead guy. Can you hit the bag? I started stretching, but you guys have been so awesome in the chat, I kind of got away from what I was intending to do. I would have been annoyed, but I laughed it off ultimately. Where did what's his face go? Scrotum Master, or whatever his name, Scrotum Master G. The one calling me trans. I was waiting for him to come up with something clever. Did he leave us? Are you gay? Come on, man. You have an audience. This is your chance to shine. Just started training MMA. Do you have any recommendations? The biggest struggle is with implementing technique while sparring. That's what I'm having problems with. So what I'm going to be working on tonight, and I'm sure as soon as I do it, everyone's going to turn into a fucking UFC fight commentator. But you got your boxing stance, which is, Muay Thai is more, that way you can check. So it's more of a triangle, and I got to work on being able to plant kicks. It's just a weird stance. I'm not used to it, so I'm going to be practicing this as opposed to this. Does that make sense? And I'm not very good at it yet, so I'm sure someone will be like, oh, you need to turn your hips over a little bit more. I want to see a little, I know, dude. I've been doing this for 2 weeks, all right? I can't, 50-year-old guy in his garage. I'm not training to fucking join UFC, okay? I want to see some bag work because I started Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu. Well, I'll show you here in a minute. Are you the Hill? Hulk. Hey, brother. Jose Alex. Sam Woods. Are you a homosexual? I'll never tell. Just don't tell my wife. Oh, wait, she's in a moderator. My boyfriend and I are massive fans. I appreciate that, Jose. Let's see. Weak. Dude, if you're gonna call me weak, spell it right. W-E-A-K. W-E-E-K is a period of time. Last week I went to the gym. I am weak. W-E-A-K. Okay? Are you with me? I mean, I hate to be the guy that's like correcting spelling, but like if you're gonna try to insult me, like at least spell the words correctly. I have high expectations from my trolls, people. All right. Do you have your toenails painted? Yes, I need to get them done again, though. They're starting to wear off. The dumbest punishment I ever had in the Army was when I had to mow the battalion lawn with a pair of scissors. I had to do the grinder, but they at least gave me a small push mower. Spent some time looking through the streams. I seem to call everybody gay. There probably are bots, huh? Yeah. That makes sense because they're not clever. Let's see. Jose Alex. Is your wife gay? I was in a lavender marriage where you're both posing as hetero. Well, we have kids together, so I don't know if that tells you anything. Muay Thai walks forwards and backwards, side to side. Just go in your stance, bounce your lead leg, step forward. If you look at my playlist, I actually show you training in the gym where I got professional trainers, and I've been going to. I have a background in boxing and kickboxing, so it's not like I've never, done this before. But Muay Thai specifically, some of the basic principles. I am kind of struggling with muscle memory and trying to like commit to what my coach is wanting me to do. So I told him I would practice while I was at home, and then we have another sparring day coming. Oh, I'm gonna miss that because I'm going out of town next week. Oh, that sucks. My boss on Friday asked me if I could go to Utah for the week. That's gonna throw a wrench in the gears. Natty or juice, Baba Yaga. I feel like you've asked me that before already. Like, that should be pretty obvious. Get Gooder. I like that name. Holy crap, I was watching some old Tony Yaw choreography last night. Good Lord, that guy's amazing. But does he practice classic Muay Thai, or does what is it? He's a martial artist. Like they have like two different schools in Thailand. It's like two martial arts, basically. I was watching a video on it, and I forgot what it was that he practices, but it's like it's an offshoot of, or maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. Not Natty, age 50, weight 220. Thanks, y'all. Oh yeah, Jose, do not. Yeah, you can make fun of me all you want, but don't talk about my kids, brother. Gen X Power, I'm 50 and I've never exercised. Can I get sick if I exercise at my age? No, you need to be exercising at your age. Let me tell you something, people. There is only one thing that has been medically proven, scientifically proven, to stave off the effects of aging, to include cognitive decline, like, when you start losing your brain, and that is resistance training. There's nothing that has been definitively proven to fix any of those problems, but the one that shows the most promise over anything else that's been studied, drugs, anti-aging products, resistance training is the number one thing that everybody can be doing. Now, how much resistance training do you need to be doing in order to get the effects? You just start doing some light workouts, start doing some cardio. As long as it's progressive overload over time, you don't have to go nuts. You can grab some 10 pound dumbbells and start doing, like, sweating to the oldies or whatever. But it needs to be resistance training. It's not enough to just do cardio. It's not enough to walk around the block with the dogs. You actually have to, you got to work them muscles a little bit. That's the whole point of my channel, is to get people over the age of 40, 50, 60, get them up, get them going. Let's go. Let me just grab some weights and start lifting that shit. Louis Baron. Yeah, that's right. Elephant style. Kenneth, thank you. Yes, you are 100% right. That's what it was. And if you look at the difference, you go on Google or YouTube and type in the difference between Muay Thai and what Tony Jaa studies. It's bizarre. It's wild. It's the way he does all those flips, and like it's almost like kung fu. It's like a different martial art. It's a way more theatrical. EKM3 Lifts wants me to shout him out. He's our aspiring bodybuilder. He's at the tender age of 17, and he's going to join the Navy. And the kid needs some subscribers. I don't know how he only has 30. I don't know why, but I need more people to subscribe to his channel and help him on his journey. He's gonna make us proud. Right now, he's like, no, I won't go there. I was gonna say something derogatory, but you're a good kid, dude. I like you. 18. Did you turn 18 finally? I do apologize. EKMU literally said, I quote, "Bro, I meal prepped 14,000 calories today." Eric Lapointe, thumbs up for 10. Hey, thanks, Eric. Well, he might have said he meal prepped 14,000, but then I'm assuming he meant then he's dividing it up into, what, 10 meals? How can I get same built as you ASAP, Snake Man? You can't. You can't. You can't look like this ASAP. This is 10 years of heavy lifting. Heavy progressive overload, maintaining a weight class, meaning I wasn't any heavier or lighter than 220 pounds. That's not 100% true, because I did for a while go down to the 198 weight class, and I have gotten as heavy as 230. But generally speaking, I've tried to maintain this same weight class for 10 years. And I've gotten as strong as I can get at this weight. So what works for me is not going to work for everybody, because I don't, the one thing I don't do is bulk, and I don't really diet either. Are you into intermittent? I am intermittent fasting at this moment, Nishot. Is that how you pronounce that? Elijah. I took 2 scoops of pre-workout, and I'm underage, and I said take 1 scoop a day. I think it's more of a body weight issue than an age issue, buddy. Well, the reason why they put the age on there is because they're assuming like kids under a certain age don't have a lot of body weight. They probably can't handle as much as a guy that weighs as much as me can. But if you're over 150 pounds, I don't think that second scoop's going to kill you, dude. I haven't heard of anybody overdosing on pre-workout. I'm sure it's happened. I've heard about like guys taking too many monsters and getting dehydrated and getting real sick that way. But Grand Rapids, Michigan, what's up, Glitch? What's your cycle? I'm on 100 or 200 milligrams of test and 100 milligrams of DHB right now. Nathan, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome back, JT. Hello from Korea. What's up? We'll work out after watching this. Some people are special. Maggie, Semper Fi. Can you? I have got to use the bathroom. I've been putting this off. It's going to take me just a minute. I'll be right back. That's hilarious. So I was in the bathroom and my wife's monitoring the stream on her phone, and I said, "Is everybody okay? Is everyone okay? I was like, am I taking too long?" And she says, "No, they're all just talking amongst themselves. I don't even think they care if you're there or not." I'm like, "Oh, okay." No, I was having a little. I thought I was gonna crap myself. Okay, I'm just put it out there. That's why I haven't been doing any exercises. I'm like, uh, using whey, honey. Thanks, I appreciate it. You have a good day. What pre-workout y'all take? I don't really take pre-workout. I take like vasodilators. How much were you benching before you got on TRT? Natural at the age of 45, I was like right around 350. About a 350, yeah, 355 pound bench. How far did you go in the Marine Corps martial arts program? The new McMap system, they started implementing that right around 1998, 96, 97? About 2 or 3 years. And then before that, we were doing line training, which is kind of lame by today's standards. Pre-workout on an empty stomach is a sick sentence. Fruit by Febreze. You live in Cali right now. How are the fires? No, I'm in Nevada, but we are being affected by the fires. The air quality is shit. What do you think about punching power? Is how strong you are and how technical you are. Do you think punching power is how strong you are? No, it's technical, 100%. You figure it's like, what are we trying to do when we turn our bodies and rotate our hands through? We're using acceleration. So you have like the speed of your arm, and you're accelerating with the speed of your waist, and you're accelerating those two with the speed of your foot. So you're force multiplying. Now, I will say definitively that once you have technique down, getting stronger just definitely turns you into a killer. Because if and my argument is like when people say like, well, guys on gear can't fight. I'm like, well, why do they ban testosterone from the UFC? Like you don't remember like the '90s when you had all those monsters that were in the cage? I know a guy that was 315 now doing 520. You must be on slow dosage. I don't understand what number. Are you talking about bench numbers? What are we talking about, Frank? You can look up Gen X powerlifting records. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm ranked number one in the world for my weight class. There's no rankings for 2025 yet. Nobody's competed. But I finished 2024 number one in the world. I had the highest total, though. That's a combined total of bench, squat, and deadlift. I want badder hairy, but someday can I make it? I don't know what you mean by that, Patrick. Frank Wilson. He's definitely a strong guy. I'm all right, I think. My lifts are categorized as international elite. So for powerlifting, you have, depending on your total or the total of the amount of the single lift, you have what starts out like class 1 through 4. Class 1 is like what you need to qualify to compete at nationals. Then after that, you have a master total. And then above that is an elite total. And that'll qualify you to compete at worlds. And then above elite is international elite. Now, once you have an international elite total, that's for life. You never lose that. That goes down on the records. And I have an international elite total across the board for all my lifts. So I think I'm okay. But there's guys that do way more than me too. I mean, like, and plus, 50-year-old guys, like, if you look at it like the total, like, right now in the gym, I'm roughly putting up like 1730 total, and then in competition last year, I got a 1650 is what I got on record. Like if you go to the open division and look at the guys that are lifting in my same weight class, they're like 2,200 pounds. So that's how big a difference it is between the younger guys and the older dudes. Low dosage. I would say about 300 milligrams a week total. So 200 test, 100 DHB. That's what I cruise on. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Batter. Yeah. Badir. Is that how you pronounce his name? The Mike Tyson of kickboxing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. What's my touch and go bench press? I haven't tried to max out recently, but I would probably say like 415. Nathan, if the world champion midget is hypothetically as strong as a normal sized person, would the odds be still stacked against the midget in question? Powerlifting is like surfing, always some old cat blowing everybody's doors off. It's always some genetic outlier with weird mechanical advantages that no other human being is blessed with. I think you're a little undersized to the people. Mississippi people here weigh 800 pounds because of how much chicken they eat. Well, that's why they have weight classes. The way they score powerlifting is they use a math calculation called the dots conversion, and it calculates your total with your age and your well, not just, the age modifier is the McCulloch conversion, but basically the amount you can lift and the amount you weigh determines your score. So that way, a guy that weighs 150 pounds can technically beat a guy that weighs 400 pounds, even though the 400-pound guy is lifting more weight. It's a ratio. It's like how strong is the little guy compared to the big guy. How many inches are you packing, Leviathan? 7, I would say 7. Maybe I'm giving myself a little bit there, but they don't know how to control it. Are we talking about? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What happened to Pat McAfee? Oh, McAfee. You know what? I don't know. That guy lost his mind. Uh, he's a crazy person that lost his mind, but they really were out to get him. I would definitely say into you guys are doing dietary recommendations, so I'm going to get my stretching out of the way. What time is it? I told her, my baby, I wouldn't be on too long. We might watch a movie tonight. I still haven't seen the Wolverine Deadpool. Is it worth it? I kind of gave up on Marvel movies. I'm just sick of all the girl boss, feminist, white guy bad bullshit. They turned Nick Fury into a total cuckold. He lost his eye from a cat scratch? Come on, man. Phew. Just a bunch of people hanging out, chilling and chatting. Hell yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Judah, no one can ever learn everything. That's true. However, one can learn more than he ever knew by sparring, competing professionally, and having a long and serious career. Bro is doing Pilates. Oh, Pilates are cool. I was an 0844, John, Field Artillery Fire Direction Controlman. I did heavy lifts yesterday. Today's a light day. Don't forget your rotator cuff plays a huge role. Used to not know that after a good bench session. I got a huge stretch mark because I didn't train it. I blew my shoulder out. Yeah, I'm really stuffed up. I've had this cold for like going on 5 days now. I've got this phlegm I've been coughing up, and it's like bright green. It's disgusting. But I feel better. I don't feel like I'm over it. Yeah, sometimes you have to be realistic about routine versus goals. I tend to stick with the lifts I'm good at. What exercises target your rotator cuff? I'm a big overhead press guy. I like to do handstand presses. Patrick Dutta, some good stretching. Thank you. Yeah, I have to. I gotta limber up, man. It's like I'm at that age where once I get warmed up and going, I'm as good as I ever was. But then I'll sit down for like 10 minutes and everything just ossifies, and I'm like, ugh. Get up. I'm like, ugh. Must be a storm of ruin. My bones is aching. I was eating the conditions, but they were too goddamn chewy. Devil woman. You know, like. You can do it. Where's the baby oil at? Any plus it doesn't want a big back. I'm missing some context here. Can studying hours of fight be effective at growing fight IQ? Well, yeah, absolutely. So I do sparring. When I did sparring 2 days ago, I got my butt kicked too, dude. Oh my god. The head trainer rotated me through 4 guys that were way more experienced than me, with the expectation that they were going to tune me up. You know, like if I drop my hands, the guy's going to slap me across the face, that kind of thing. Nothing serious, just little bonks. You know, we weren't going hard, but it was enough where at the end of it, I was feeling pretty demoralized. But it's fun. I had a good time. I wanted to give up after like, we had 10 minutes left in class, and I was just like done. And I didn't say anything, but I guess I had the look in my eyes like I want this to be over. And the head trainer looked at me. He goes, "You're enjoying this, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having a great time." He's like, "Good, you got a couple more rounds in you." And I'm like, "Uh-huh." I just sure do. I did get it on video. I'm going to post it. I'm going to post 45 minutes of me getting my ass beat. I made a 1-minute short, and I posted it on my shorts feed. So if you guys want to check it out, it actually shows me sparring at One Kicks Muay Thai. What's Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and MMA. It's a Gracie affiliated gym. Diddy party. 1,000 bottles of baby oil on the reel is insane. Yeah, they did find Kim, hello. Let's see. They did find that in his house, didn't they, when they raided it? How old were the guys you were sparring? Well, they were younger than me. I think I was the oldest guy in the class by a good 10 years. Well, that's not true, though. So at the second after we left, they had an advanced class come in, and they were all professional fighters. And I didn't get the guy's name, but he was 53. I I forgot it. He looked. I mean, he was legitimate though. This guy, you could tell he's a pro. Like he's been doing this for years and years and years. Uh, it's really important that you hit all your muscles. I recommend checking out Mike Israetel. Um, I'm not a huge fan of Jeff Nippard. I don't dislike him. I think he's a little bit of a sanctimonious prick sometimes, with the whole like, "Ew, you're on steroids." But I really like Israel. I like him. He's a Renaissance periodization. They've got a lot of good stuff. And I would say I really, really like his length and partials. He's Dr. Mike Israel he's the one that got me doing tempo lifting, which is slowing your negatives down and then exploding out of the hole. Just doing that by itself, just adding tempo to your lifts will increase all of your lifts across the board, regardless of the type of training you're doing. Cyan Biana. Memorial Gardens, what's up? Tara Partlow, you are so strong. I do all right. Thank you. Mike Mentzer and David Goggins been my guide for working out. So funny you should say that, Nathan, because I've been doing Mike Mentzer style HIT training, but so I don't think that Mike Mentzer got it 100% right, because you're going to plateau if you do HIT. But basically what we did is we took the Wendler 531 as a scaffolding. We took his undulating periodization and which basically determines the amount of weight you're going to lift on any given day based on the percentage of your 1 rep max. It's basically rotating rep ranges. And instead of doing the Wendler's 5x5, 3x3 heavy singles routine, and then the Joker sets, we do 1 set to failure, but using the same weights you would as if you're going to do all of the sets. So basically a Mike Mentzer style working set combined with Wendler 531 is the powerlifting program I used for 3 years straight. And it put 200 pounds on my total. Might have even put more than that. But then what happens, eventually I plateaued because it's just too hard on the body. And I had to start mixing it up. I had to switch to kind of like a conjugate system, almost like Westside's, the way they do block programming. So now I have a conditioning block, which is like low weight, high rep. I do that for 3-4 weeks. And then I switch to a more traditional style, like a Wendler 531 for 6 weeks. And then I do a peaking, which is heavy weight, low rep for a couple weeks, and then compete. And then after that, I drop it all down and I start all over again. High intensity training is awesome, dude, especially if you're not used to the stimulus. If you've been a high volume person and you switch to high intensity, you're going to get newbie gains for all over again. Thank you, baby. My wife was agreeing with Tara. I'd appreciate that. Mentzer was really neat. He was interesting. He had some demons. He died young, but what did he die from? I don't remember what it was. Nathan, you just got me thinking, since you brought up the infamous plateau, how do I push past plateaus? Well, it depends on what kind of plateau you're dealing with. Like, what are we talking about? If you're like a new person to lifting and you get a good 6 months of just gains, linear progression. Every week you can put 5 more pounds on the bar. That's linear progression. And eventually that's going to stop, because if we could just keep doing it, we'd all be Eddie Hall. Well, that's when you got to get tricky, because now your body has reached a genetic potential of sorts. That's when you got to start mixing up the amount of weight you're working with and the rep ranges. What does that mean? Well, if you take 50% of your 1 rep max, if you do 600 pounds, that's 300. 300 pounds, you're going to do what? Sets of 20, 25, 30, or reps to 100, it might be. Maybe that's your workout. Now, if you're going to then go to 70% of your 1 rep max, so, if that's 1,000 pounds, that's 750 pounds. What does that look like? Is that sets of 5, sets of 6? And then you're going to jump up to 95% of your 1 rep max. That's probably sets of 2 or 3. And each time you're going to try to beat your last best rep. So if you got 25 reps this week, 4 weeks later, when you're back to 50%, you're going to try to do 26 reps. And as those numbers go up, the weight goes up. Usually after every 6 weeks, you add 5 pounds to the barbell, and you're just constantly trying to beat your best last AMRAP. I mean, that sounds really convoluted, but it's really so simple. You rotate the rep ranges and you try to beat your last AMRAP. And then after 6 weeks, you put 5 more pounds on the bar and you keep progressing that way. That's called undulating periodization. It's still linear progression with a rotating rep range. So it's going to look like a sine wave instead of a straight line. Gen X rules. Thank you. Gen X does rule. Have you heard of the story of Jason Rother, the Marine left in the Muay desert? I have not. I've heard of a lot of Marines left in a lot of deserts. It's a very common thing that happens. More common than you'd want to know. But what's his story? Sounds like a sweet routine. Yeah, it is. It really is. I know. I mean, the way I explained it probably made it sound overly complicated, but it's super easy. It's like you could literally go get the 531 app, put your 1 rep maxes in, and it's going to calculate the amount of weight you're going to use. But instead of doing working sets in Wendler, you just take 1 set to failure. Didn't follow that. His brother died from a heart attack, and he died 3 days later. I'm assuming same cause. Yeesh. Body adapts too well to a specific lift. It does, and that is the challenge of powerlifting. So how do I combat that? Well, if you follow my channel and you watch me lift, you'll notice that we'll take the bench press. One day I'm working out with a camber bar, which is that weird bent bar. That adds 4 inches to my range of motion. So now you're deep in the pocket. The next time I work out with bench, I use the Swiss bar with a wide grip, which is that big square bar with the different handles on it. And then the third time I rotate the regular bench press, regular barbell, and I rotate all 3 of those. Same thing with squats. I do the camber bar, I use the regular barbell, and I'll change my variation of squats up. So you can still do the same lift, but you change the variations up a little bit, and it sort of mitigates the repetitive stress that you get from doing the same lift over and over again. And you can still get adaptations from the lifts because of the slight variations in them. Yeah, Nathan, you have any questions, lay them on me. How much do you hate steroids? Crazy Kermit. I love me some steroids. I sprinkle them on my toast. I chop them up and snort them. I bathe in them. I put steroids in my body wash, and I lather them up. I put them in my toothpaste. Justin Saylor, what's up, brother? You had a good leg day and you can't walk. Cocaine style. That's a good leg day. All right, so I did that. I'm going to do what's called shoe squats. This is a squat designed to open up your hips. And it's a really good physical therapy lift. I need a couple more pounds. Where's my handle? Where's my handle go? Oh, I might not be able to use my kettlebell because I don't know what to do with my handle. Well, I guess I could use a barbell. I'll use the 1-inch barbell. I need to clean my garage, boys. There it is. We're going to point our toes out as far as we can. We're just going to sink into it. So I had the back issues and hip issues, so I really have to take special care and open my hips up. At least he ain't a feet guy. Can you hold me? Oh, Bleach fan. The really good stretches that you do is start with body weight. You don't need a lot of weight. Those are high. There's a high degree of difficulty to get in those positions for a lot of people. So you definitely want to start light for sure. The Aryan Punisher. 27 weeks out. From what? 27 weeks? That's half a year, dude. Yeah, these days, if it ain't loose, it's breaking. 28-week prep. That's a long time. My prep for competition for me is like 8 weeks. 6 to 8. Your height and weight. I'm 5'9.5". And I weigh 220. Oh, Bleach fan. Hell yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Are you I'm assuming you like anime. We like anime here. Good morning from Germany. Lost West. What's up? Yeah, you're right. Right on. You can say it's a good height. You're going to win. You know what? The last 2 local meets I did, I had the highest competition total. My old ass. Nobody lifted more than me. It didn't matter what weight class or what age. I outlifted everybody. Two competitions in a row. USPA competitions too. What's the one thing in life that drives you forward every day? Crippling self-esteem issues? No, I would say more and more these days it's my family. Because, like, honestly, if I didn't have my wife and my kids, I just was like, I ain't doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, they're literally like my number one motivator most days. Days I would get up, it's freezing out, 4 a.m, I ain't going to work. Fuck that. And I think look over my baby girl sleeping on the couch, and I'm like, guess I'm going to work today. You know what I mean? It's like one of those kind of things. Quality French toast. Why? Thank you. What do you think about BPC 157? Thank you for reminding me. Hey, babe, I got to give you your shot tonight. She's taking BPC 157 and TB 500 for her surgery. I think it works great. If I don't think if think it was not for those compounds, I would not have been able to compete at Worlds. I blew my shoulder out, and I was going to have to drop out of competition after training my ass off. This was IPL Worlds in 2022. It was in Alabama, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I got to compete, but how am I going to bench? You don't bench press, you can't compete. So I took those two peptides for 2 weeks, and I was able to get a 355-pound bench on record. And then my shoulder popped out of its socket on the third attempt. It was pretty gruesome. And luckily, the spotters saved me. They pulled the weight before I did any real damage. And I had a high enough squat and deadlift total to make up for it, and I was still able to place second. So I got a silver medal. So it worked out pretty good. Matt Erickson, freezing in Nevada. It might not be freezing, but it still feels cold. How do people get and use steroids if they're illegal in the USA? Well, what's illegal and what's not? I mean, do you know what's illegal? EKM? Do you know what a doctor is allowed to prescribe? Have you looked into it? You'd be surprised. I certainly was. Can we see your Muay Thai technique in the heavy bag? You look like a natural. I suck. Red hair shakes. I'm awful. I just started taking Muay Thai. I have a kickboxing background, so it's not like I don't know how to kick. But my actual Muay Thai is horrible, and that's what I'm practicing. Why do cops not bust people for roids? Because man, if I got better things to do with their time. What are you, some like weirdo big government leftist? Naughty, naughty, Puritan! I'm telling on you. You've got 3 male chickens, and the Clark County statute says you're only allowed to have 2. I'm telling on you. I let the city know that your registration's expired, and they're gonna tow your vehicle if you don't get it out. Are you that guy? You're not supposed to leave your cans out during the week. Your grass is over 16 or 6 inches long. You need to cut that according to the HOA. Your exhaust is too loud. I can't see you through those tinted windows. You know that's illegal, right? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Don't you have a life to live? No, I'm giving you shit, dude. Come on, you're my boy. You know that. You do occasionally ask some weird questions. Manuel Almeida, I'm Brazil. What's up? Red Dragon vibes. Like, hopefully not the Hannibal Lecter Red Dragon. Do you hear the lambs, Clarice? How do we every night? What are you running? Zyro, didn't you ask me that already? Or didn't you ask me that every time? How do you not know? Neff Deathwatch, what is up? Greetings from Savannah. So let me ask you, Neff, is Deathwatch 40K? Is that are you talking about the Deathwatch from Warhammer, or is that something else? Because if it's from Warhammer, you and I are now best friends. Dude, check it out. This is just for you, Neff. Just for you. Watch Captain Artemis. I haven't put them together yet. Oh, shit. And then who else do I got here? I just put together what's his name? Fucking Commander Farsight. Deathwatch is my shit. Yeah. Well, you have to subscribe. You have to. Like, you don't have an option. If you don't subscribe, YouTube's going to cancel your membership. No, I got playlists dedicated to Warhammer 40K if anyone's interested. I paint. I also illustrate. I do drawings like this. These are my big booby Eldari that I did. I got these are just sketches. I did this one with a Sharpie marker, so it didn't turn out that great, but you get the idea. Oh, so you remember when they did the female custodies? I went and I drew my trans orc. I just thought it would be funny. That got the boys riled up on Reddit. But no, we love us some Warhammer here. You ever sleep with let's see, Kenneth, you ever sleep with a wet towel over your legs after squats? No. Oh yeah, I drew all those, yeah. I used to be a professional comic book illustrator way, way back in the day, like a long time ago. I was gonna say not the wet towel, but I did smell like a Ben Gay factory a few times. I've been kickboxing for 18 years. I was wondering if I should do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or wrestling. Would you recommend for self-defense? Cody, I hate wrestling with a passion. I don't want to roll around with another dude. However, if we're talking self-defense, I would honestly go with regular like Roman Greco or American freestyle wrestling. I think that is the #1 martial arts. That and you're already doing kickboxing, bro. You learn how to stuff a couple takedowns. You don't want to go on the ground anyways. Just be kicking motherfuckers through doorways and shit. Or if you really want a good self-defense mechanism, I highly suggest the Springfield Armory XDS 45. It's concealable and it's got a lot of I wonder what somebody asked me if you ever knocked someone out, and if so, which was the worst one. No, I wasn't really a big knockout dude. I did knock a couple people out. I know it's happened, but see Zimmerman, I knocked his ass out. I put him in a coma. I hit him in the nose with my elbow, and it exploded his face. But I was more of a hold a guy down until he gives up kind of guy. Are you done? Hey, stop it. He pull his shirt over his head and punch him the old hockey style. Do you know about the wildfire in California? Yeah, man, it's bad. It is bad. It's messing the air quality up out here. My wife is warning Lucas not the channel for that. I'm just going to assume that you're talking, that I'll just leave that between you and her and we're good. Yeah. The only self-defense is a weapon. Well, I know if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I do everything in my power to like avoid altercations. Like I try to I pride myself on my conflict resolution skills, and I try to use my words, get the hell out of there. Like the first option is always just get away. But if that ever happens where you can't get away and someone's going to try to harm you and you have no other option, and you happen to be unarmed, yeah, I mean like kickboxing, Muay Thai, any kind of martial arts. Bear spray. But who walks around with bear spray? Have you had a fight? Prometheus the Ponderer. Muay Thai, no. Boxing, many times. Kickboxing, a handful. I would say 7. Let's see. We used to do points tournaments for Taekwondo. I don't really count that as fighting. Although guy kicks you in the face, you can still get knocked out by him. Yeah, 7. About 7 for kickboxing. Over the years, I'm 50 now, and I took a 20-year break from all combat sports when I got out of the Marines. I'm just getting back into it. I would say I've been training seriously with a trainer in a gym for the last 7 months. Escape and evade. Goddamn right, man. You know, the honest truth is, you don't know who knows more than you. And a lot of the fighters at my gym that would whip my ass up and down the street don't even look like they know how to fight. One of the trainers is a professional fighter. He's 27 years old. He's in the Army National Guard. He's got the fucking birth control glasses that they issue you guys. And he looks like he's never been in an altercation in his entire life, and that dude would kick your fucking face off. You know what I mean? Like, is creatine worth it? Yeah, I'd say it is. There's a lot of benefits to creatine, and it's not super expensive. You sound like you're in love. Well, I am in love. My baby's in the chat. Christina, where are you at? Dr. Dre, what's up? What trades would you recommend, Nathan? Well, I was a carpenter for a while, and then I was a United Steelworker. I work with ironworkers. I really like the ironworkers. I think that they're the best kept secret in construction because they have small crews. They're really tight knit, and and everybody leaves you guys alone. Yeah, got sucked in Dr. Stone. It's all good, baby. All right, I should probably do some. I already did my squats. I did my stretches. I'm talking too much, though. I get tightened back up again. Ooh, that ain't good. The fuck? Jesus. God damn it, Della. I love my daughter, but she's trying to get me killed. Where is my room? Oh, here it is. California, here I come. Back where started from. Well, nothing hurts. Can you clean here? Yes, I'm into that. Zyro couldn't be further from the truth. Anatoly reference. Oh, yeah. Anatoly, yeah. I'm stronger than he is. In real life. Do bands help? I end up buying some, but never get around to using them. They do, but I wind up not getting good use out of them because I spent a ton of money on bands, and in the desert it's so dry. You have to store them properly. So make sure you, like for me, I got to put them in a Ziploc bag or something where they don't dry out. Because there's nothing worse than trying to do like banded bench press and right at the top it snaps and you throw your arm out of your socket and it'll end up. Yeah, it's a bad day. They can dry out too. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. Trust me. I mean, it's probably, I don't know where you guys live. It could be just an issue living in the extreme heat and the dryness of the desert where our humidity is literally zero. Muhammad wants me to flex. I guess I can do that for you. I'm not a bodybuilder. All right, I'm going to do some light kicks just to get, just trying to work my technique out a little bit. We'll go harder in a minute. Well, you UFC fight commentators tell me I don't kick very hard. I'm not trying to. You said stand so you can check like that. You want to do a check. Check. Whew. Still having a hard time breathing. Damn, it's been 5 days. See you, Nathan. Yeah, no, I'm still super congested. I just feel like I have something sitting on my chest. I don't know how much more I'm going to do. But I feel like I got to at least work on the combos that the coach wanted me to work on. 38, bro. Keep it up. I'm rooting for you. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate it. I'm just going super light right now. I'm trying to get some technique dialed down. So I'll explain to you what I was doing. So you got the roundhouse, right? You turn your foot and rotate your hips through. A little snap at the end. But what he wanted me to do was do a little stutter step into it. So same step, but then come back to another one to work on. So the one of them I jump, and then I'm planning to go right back into it. So it's almost like a double jab. But it'd be like a double jab, like a step. Bam, bam. Trust in you. I trust in you 100%. You will succeed. Take a break without shame when you need. Well, that's the other thing is I'm going up to Utah for a week on Monday, so I don't know if they even have a training facility or a gym. So I guess I'm trying to get a little extra work in before I have to go out of town. You look like Andy Serkis. Thank you, I think. B-Raids. Don't lead, that's a tell. No, you're actually 100% right. So when I was sparring, I did that, and the guy just like stepped out of the way and slapped me in the face when I overcommitted. I was like, oh, okay. What are you trying to prove? I have this mathematical theorem I've been working on. It's a little bit of a calculus that involves the triangulation of, can you use constellations to triangulate your position in known space and then provide accurate fire if you know the elevation and location of your enemy? And I believe you can definitely solve that using trigonometry. That's for Abel. What else are we working on? What other theories are we working on? Medically, so we're actually trying to prove the efficacy of peptides for healing after surgery. And then I am also coming up with a system of physical therapy for patients that have had traumatic back and hip injuries. Is that a good list? Things I'm trying to prove? Let's see. Sometimes you can be frustrated to not reach what you're targeted, but you will. Sometimes it comes a few days after. Yeah, it just kind of clicks, when you learn something, it clicks. Kazuki, wow, thank you. What's up? How are you doing? I appreciate that. Did I pronounce your name right? Do you use Chat GPT for researching? No, I'm an old FUD, man. I've been staying away from the AIs. Oh, no. No, you're wrong. I'm sorry. For researching, yes, we have. Yeah. For aggregating research, we have been using AI, but we also we want to dig inside our sources. So I don't present anything that AI produces unless I verified the sources they came from. And it's a fake name, so you could say it however. Kazuki Fully. It's a cool name anyways. Patrick Dutta, you already got good technique with the low roundhouse, but can I suggest something? Absolutely. I am always open to suggestion. Eric Gamer, my abortion yesterday went fantastic. Thank you all for your thoughts and prayers. Okay. Fletch Dog, you're so buff. Thanks. I think I'm all right, but thank you. I appreciate that. It's all lighting. It's all smoke and mirrors. I knew what I was doing when I hung that lighting right over the rack. Don't think for a second I didn't do that strategically. Uh, hey, Bob's in the house. Where you been, man? You hiding from me? You ducking me, boy? I'm just, Patrick was going to suggest something, so I'm waiting for. I'm always open to suggestion. You know we're here because we trust in you, and when you need huge support, we'll be here in addition to your family. Thanks. I hope you're. I hope you're with me on the 15th of March when I try to break some records for 50-year-old powerlifters. And I think I'm gonna. This is gonna be my magnum opus. I believe you. I appreciate that. You've been getting some really good workouts and your back's healing, Bob. So you're doing better? That's awesome. You're a Marine, I'm a Ranger, but a different kind, a game ranger. That's what my wife wanted to be. She's gonna take her biology degree and see if she couldn't get on with BLM because they're looking for biologists. She's only a couple credits away from her degree. I've been putting a year into researching the possibility of stable split consciousness, much like how our eyes merge from two fields into one wide field. That's interesting. Um, what's your hypothesis? Looks like torture chamber for some sort of red room. Would you like to play a game? I have a little tricycle. Uh, kind of like multitasking at an enhanced level. Oh, see, I've come to believe that we are actually not truly capable of multitasking. Some people say I'm an awesome multitasker. I can do like 5 things at once. I really honestly believe that the human brain is actually able only to genuinely focus on one thing at a time, even though you can have the aptitude to muscle memory more than one task at a time. Like when you're driving and talking on the phone, like there's certain things that um, are so routine, but to actually be able to focus and concentrate, I think that I believe that we're only able to do one thing at a time. 3 classes left, which is why it's important to practice and commit things to muscle memory so that they're second nature. I would love to hear more, though, for sure. Kazuki? Yeah, you Muay Thai beginner. Yes. Yes, I am. Woo, Tom SK. Colonel Quaritch. Look like Colonel Quaritch. Uh, your face. uh, uh, all right. When you do the roundhouse, guard your head with the hand opposite of you. Oh, yeah, my coach told me to grab my ear. Yes, you're right. And then I kept getting slapped in the face when I was doing that, too. Like that, right? he told me I had to hold on to my ear. He said, grab your ear and don't let go of it. I'd have to message you personally for it. We'd have to control the electrons and train our brain much like astronauts train their bodies to adapt. The month 3, 636. I speak only the truth. You're a monk, so that's cap. I trained Muay Thai when I was 14 or 15. That's cool. I don't know why I waited to the age of 50. Also, I'm on the verge of sleeping, so I can't elaborate very well. Well, hit me up on Instagram. We'll talk more about it. I have a heavy chemistry background. And of course, my wife is microbiology. So we're, and I work in engineering currently in construction. So it's like I'm STEM adjacent. The monk 636. What are the long-term effects of SARM when mixed with Anavar and Trenbolone? You're asking him. Yeah, I was gonna say I would know. Don't worry, I understand. I'm under several depression, so I can understand frustrating and boring. But you've got a huge fire inside yourself. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, dude. Like I struggle with it too. There's our days, especially when whenever I hit a huge PR, right? Like an enormous one, like a life changing one. Like the first time I ever hit 600 pounds in competition, I was something I was working on for squat, and I finally got it. And then afterwards, this like deep melancholy depression kicked in, and it was just like I was in a pit of despair. And it was like all that work, it's all over, and no one gives a shit. You know, it was like real self pity bullshit. And I got to thinking, it's like, well, you think about what we're doing to our bodies. You know, we're tanking our immune systems. We're probably you're in a flight or fight response when you're under that much weight, and you're really exerting yourself to the maximum effort. Chances are we're going to be a little screwed up after lifting heavy. So it's like you start having intrusive thoughts or weird things that are not normal to your character, or you start to get depressed. Let it simmer. Chances are it'll iron itself out. But yeah, no, it's something I deal with a lot. I got a cool combo for you, mate. I am keen. What do you got? I hope I can do it. Can you tell me something really easy to cook and to gain? Dude, Dennis, I'm a simple man. I get a rice cooker and I'll cook up some ribs, steak, fish, eggs, fill in the blank protein. You can catch it, you kill it, and I'll put it on the rice and I'll slap some soy sauce and some wasabi on that shit. Give me some chopsticks and go to town. I'm a big udon noodles kind of guy. You know, rice and meat. There you go. Maybe some broccoli in there for flavor. uh, let's see. I missed the comment. Let's see. Express when you feel the need to expressing is a way to break the frustration and revive your motivation. It really is. A lot of times, if you just say it out loud, it actually kind of takes the power out of it because you need to realize like how stupid it sounds. You know, self-pity is just like it's the ultimate form expression of selfishness, and it feels good sometimes. Jab, jab, straight shoulder, straight hook, straight hook. So we got jab, jab, straight shoulder. How do you do a straight hook? Jab, jab, straight shoulder, straight hook, straight weird uppercut. Jab, jab, shoulder hook, straight shoulder, straight hook, straight weird uppercut. I don't quite understand your instructions. Like I'm like a 1, 1, 2, 3. Eat some bear then as well. Yeah. You know, I actually don't believe we're supposed to eat carnivores like dogs, bears, things of that nature. I think it makes us sick. And there's some biology to back that up. I could get into it, like prions, stuff like that. There's things we're susceptible to. Muay Thai alone won't take you far. The legend of Muay Thai learned a mixed striking arts. Yeah, but what if you just like it? What if that's just a sport you enjoy? You know, it's like powerlifting's not going to make me an Olympic level weightlifter, but I'm not a weightlifter. I'm a powerlifter. I did boxing for 6 months. I did taekwondo. I have MAPS, Marine Corps Martial Arts. We did wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I like Muay Thai. So what's the problem with it? Like, does everything have to have the intention of turning you into like some sort of home self-defense specialist? Or can you just enjoy a sport for what it is, which is beautiful? You know, like, well, I prefer K1 over UFC any day of the week. That's just my opinion. It's hooked and straight. Bam, bam. hook straight. Oh, so like a 1, 2, 3, 2. Let's see if I got this right. You want me to take a boxing stance or Muay Thai? What's the difference, you ask? Well, let me show you. Boxing. So it'd be like. The Muay Thai is more. Boxing. Muay Thai. Roman chair. Is that what you meant? So you guys, what profile pic? What did I miss? Well, boxing stance. So that'd be more. Look at my boxing shoes. I get way better drive with them. Boxing. I started to train Muay Thai when I was 14 because I went through bad years in school and wanted to protect myself, friends. Van Damme, hell yeah. Throw a right hook. Okay. One right hook coming up. This is fun. Next. Well, we're moving too fast here. Jab, right, straight to the body, left hook, right high kick. So jab, right. Jab, bam, straight to the body, left hook, right high kick. Jab, right, straight to the body, left hook, high kick. Okay. Hand up. Let's see here. Damn it, my My check keeps him lead. Jab, pull the jab back and use the recoil into a straight. Step forward into a lead elbow. Jab. So we'd be like, jab. Oh shit, I lost the comment. Mash 80, throw a right hook again, only right hook. Okay. Are you trying to diagnose something I'm doing wrong? I'm getting confused. Boxing to Muay Thai, which one? How do you not bust a fucking bag? It's a pretty good bag. It's tight, and it's a tight Muay Thai bag. 160 pounds. It's not a bad value if you're looking for a bag that's not super expensive. Man, so you want to hire like across the face. Maybe it's sparring or are you learning basics? Dude, I did a whole day of sparring. Holy shit. I do a lot of, like I said, I've been training with a professional boxing trainer for the last 6 months. But we use headgear and well, really, honestly, the biggest difference is, the slips. You're not using slips in Muay Thai. And then, so the coach at this place knows that, so he threw me in there. He said, I know you can take a hit, so I want you to learn to protect yourself properly. So he put me in there with 3 advanced guys, and I had to rotate between all of them for an hour. And they pretty much beat the shit out of me. But it was awesome. I mean, like, they weren't hitting me that hard, It's like the guy wasn't trying to get me to concussed or have CT or anything. But he was trying to get me to, like when I throw kicks, I kept dropping my hands. I'm doing this. He wanted me to keep my hands up. Like, every time I dropped my hands when I was throwing a kick, this guy just slapped me across the face. And I was like, ah. Like, they started getting really pissed off towards the end. I'm like, he kept saying, you mad, bro? No. Need one of those hooks to wake up for tomorrow. I might not be the best boxer in the world, but they all tell me I hit very fucking hard. He said I have some of the hardest hooks in that gym. That being said, guys that have real skill, it's hard to beat. You gotta, it's all footwork. A couple of guys, I'm talking boxing, not Muay Thai. He put me in there with these guys, and they're hard to hit. I got really, really good at ring management, like being able to cut people off and get them into the corner. And, I'm an inside fighter, so I'm more like a peekaboo. Like, I come in low, I'm a human punching bag. I'll just let you beat the shit out of me until I get you cornered and then wail on you. Muay Thai is way different. Every little trick that I used in boxing would have got my ass fucking floored in Muay Thai. Matter of fact, so the guy, he puts me in a clinch and then trips me and throws me down on the ground. And I'm looking up at him. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was there. That's new. He's laughing. He's like, yeah. So at the end of sparring, we did clinch practicing where we both huddled up and took turns, going in and out, pulling each other down. So I'm learning how to Muay Thai clinch. That's really cool. I've seen it on TV for years, and I've just learned it this week. So yeah, I'm like totally new to Muay Thai, and I love it, and I suck at it, and it's fun, and it's challenging, and I could take a hit, and I could hold my own, and the guys are terrified of me, even though I'm not as good as them. This one guy, like he kept getting me. I noticed he was holding his hand up, and he wasn't really. I knew I could pull his hand down and sock him across, so I got him, and I just love tapped him. I went dink, and he was like, "Oh, all right, okay." I was like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I know a few things too." uh, yeah, practice knee followed by kick with the same leg. So the knees I'm not that great at yet. You know, we do that thing where they walk across the gym and you have to do the knees, the walking knees. And I understand, you know, you put your hips into it. You know, I get that. But I'm not proficient at it yet. I don't think I'm good enough to where I would be using elbows or knees in a fight yet. I'm still learning that. This is what they taught us for elbows so far. I'll get better at it. Like if you let me elbow you, that's gonna hurt. But there's not a lot of guys that I could get that in on yet. Heel to butt. Heel to, oh yeah, you're right. Spinning heel kick. See, now a spinning heel kick I can do because that's kickboxing. I've done that for years. That's not a Muay Thai kick. I can totally pull those off. Oh, so I'm not. So my screen's backwards. I'm not a southpaw, but I have no problem switching. Like even as a boxer, I can go. So like switching back and forth is not an issue. But I'm not as good on my left as my right because I haven't practiced it as much. I'm still a little off balance. Just let off a steam in a gym full of juice heads and got my ass whooped after work. What happened? Let's see. I used to box when I was younger and took karate too. Stopped doing it because of financial reasons. I'm 56 years old. And I returned after all those years to achieve my black belt. That's awesome. Yeah. Let me see here. Nicholas, you're getting too old. You keep taking the steroids. Who hurt you, Nicholas? Do you need a hug, buddy? Do you need a hug? Come on, everybody give Nicholas some love. Nicholas is feeling like he's just not achieving as a man, and he sees an old guy like me, and he's offended that I'm still going. Come on, buddy, bring it in. Sit on Uncle Chuck's knee. Tell Santa what you want for Christmas. Show us on the doll where they touched you. We're here for you, buddy. Quick tip on the knees. If you can flare your heels slightly outwards, the knee becomes a little more pointed. Let me see something. So you were heel to back, right? So and then you're talking about like flaring the knee up. So let's see, I'll do it at an angle and maybe it looks better. imagine that would be like that would fucking hurt somebody. Right? But yeah, form. I mean, that felt better. Thank you, man. You see, not even my coach told me that. He just said push like you're trying to push the bag, like with your knee, like push it, and it'll make your hips go through automatically. Jason Aiken says I hit soft. Yeah. I guess I would ask what your point is. I've been told otherwise by people I actually spar with, but you know, I wasn't really trying to hit hard either. The only time, see, I said after I stopped dating your mother, I wasn't going to hit people like that again. Yeah. You're not supposed to hit hard training. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm working on form. I told you guys that. I'm going to be going light. I'm trying to work out some kinks. We always get UFC commentary people like, you're not hitting very hard. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Technique, dude. Where did you serve, if you don't mind sharing? Not at all. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton. I went to boot camp, Paris Island, Charlie Company, Platoon 1189. I did MCT at Camp Lejeune, and I went to school at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and then I got stationed in 43 area, Los Flores, Camp Pendleton, and I deployed with the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit. What's your hardest punch? I would probably say my hardest is my left hook. I want to see if I can get these knees down, though. So you can say, like, right heel slightly out. So it'd be. Better. I'm going to start putting those in combos. During the winter bulk, you ever took a dump so massive it creates the water of the bowl? Yes. Crush the water. Have you been to Thailand yet? Yes, I have actually, but not for martial arts. But I would love to go back. I would love to go back to Thailand. Yeah, once I got interested in Muay Thai, all that stuff that I wish I had saw when I was in Muay Thai or Thailand made sense. We started like doing the history of like Siam. With all the lats, I could see why your hooks are so hard. Yeah, I throw way better hooks than I do even like jabbing. Try not rotating your foot when throwing a hook. Why would you not want to rotate your foot? So you got your hook, right? This is one plane of movement. And then you got your second accelerant, which is your waist. So it'd be right. And then you got your third, which is your feet and your body weight, which really swings your body from side to side and accelerates your hand with it. So it's like, and then it also takes your head off the center line. So I'm like literally throwing my whole body. Like, why would you not want to incorporate your feet? No, like that doesn't mean it's balance, you can't throw a hook flat-footed, but ideally you'd want to. When you hook, you bend your knee a tad more and move your hips. 40% comes for your legs, 30% for your body. Yeah. I probably should bend my knees a little bit more than I was. 50. Do you have any good advice for me making a comeback at 56? Start light, high rep, be consistent, don't miss more than 3 days. Do training that's fun for you. And then after a couple of weeks, you get some conditioning in, get used to moving. Take a program and roll with it. 6 months, 5x5, Wendler 531, 5 barbell lifts, bench press, squat, deadlift, overhead press, barbell row. I do need to keep my chin tucked. All right, guys, it is, holy shit, it's 11 o'clock. Oh my God, babe, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize it was getting that late. I need to get off. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, guys. I got to go out of town, Utah. And my wife, Christina, is getting me all day tomorrow. I ain't doing anything online. I will see you guys. I'll probably try to do a live stream maybe Monday night. I don't know if they find a gym in Utah that I could work out in. We'll see. I don't know. The week's going to be weird. But, yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you guys on the battlefield. I did not realize it was this late. I'm so sorry, babe. I can't believe it's 11 already. You guys have been fun. This has been a good conversation.